James Kaufman, World News Report today. Today, September 26, 2023, 5 p.m. Central here in the US of A. God bless you and yours no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. We have two tropical systems inbound coming off the coast of Africa. First up, we have Tropical Storm Felipe. Felipe out in front has 45 mile per hour sustained winds and 1,003 millibars of minimal central pressure. We have another tropical disturbance or wave following that one. It very well may catch it. This is going to be Invest 91L. Invest 91L has a 90% chance of cyclone formation headed right in the exact pathway that Felipe has been. We'll see if they deviate. We also have another tropical disturbance over in the Pacific. It's going to be south of Hawaii, Hawaii being on 20 north longitude. This has got only a 20% chance of formation. I don't think it's going to be a problem for anyone at this point. Taking a look at the official storm track for Tropical Storm Felipe. Currently it's headed towards Puerto Rico, into the Dominican Republic, perhaps into the Bahamas, Florida, and maybe even the Gulf of Mexico. They have the storm weakening into a low. So I'm guessing that we have a cool front coming through or wind shear that's doing that. Surprisingly, this storm or cyclone was headed north. Now, all of a sudden, it's headed right into the Caribbean and perhaps into the Gulf of Mexico itself. I will take a look at the wind shearing and keep you apprised with this storm. Here is enhanced satellite of Tropical Storm Felipe. You can see some very ugly pockets on that outer band there. Not a lot of rotation whatsoever that we can see from our angle. This takes us through 6 p.m., so about 20 minutes ago. Looks like it could become a very powerful storm, although again, they're saying that it's going to diminish. It looks like it's strengthening to me. Taking a look at the spaghetti models. They were all headed north yesterday, but today they're all headed into the Bahamas, the Caribbean, the Gulf of Mexico, some headed into Venezuela, perhaps, and turn it around. Very, very different from what we've seen before, but the majority of these models are still headed into Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Haiti, the Bahamas, perhaps Florida, Georgia, maybe even the Gulf of Mexico. Keep an eye on this one. It's like we have several days, but let's keep an eye on this one. I always try to do my updates about 15 minutes after the actual data comes out from National Hurricane Center, the National Weather Center, and my Fox Hurricane. In this instance, here we are with enhanced satellite, brings you through 6 p.m., about 20 minutes ago. And this, in fact, is Invest 91L, the storm that is trying to catch Tropical Storm Felipe. Now, this is not a cyclone, so I don't have numbers to give you. But again, it has a 90% chance of formation. It looks like it's moving very quickly to the west. Very well might indeed catch Felipe. Taking another look at infrared satellite, Invest 91L, right behind Felipe, coming right into the Caribbean, Gulf, Florida, Georgia perhaps, but a much more southern direction than we've seen most of these storms take. And I think there's cause to worry for what we call the regular hurricane states, Florida and all the Gulf Coast states. Keep an eye on this one. It's moving so quickly to the west. If it catches Felipe, we could have a huge storm and a huge problem on our hands. All right, over to the latest released spaghetti models released just 20 minutes ago. This is for Invest 91L, the one catching up to Felipe. It's headed into the Caribbean, perhaps the Gulf. This one looks like it has a little bit more northerly projection. We also have some crazy models. The TABD I've talked so well about turns the storm north-northeast and then directly west. Most of the models take the storm west-northwest until it ends up northeast of the Lesser Antilles. At that time, I don't know what we're looking at. We will run all this through Windy so we can determine what's going to happen. All right, Invest 91L does not look like much, but it's being fed by moisture. You can see that this is the water vapor view of Invest 91L. Absolutely incredible how much moisture is being sucked up by the storm. And that's Felipe up there, much further up. So let's keep an eye on that. Let's also keep an eye on the storm coming off the coast of Africa currently. Storm maybe two, hopefully just one. I think that it will be over water by tomorrow and start formation by tomorrow or the next day. Now, I also want to talk about the possibility of yet another tropical system forming off the coast of Georgia and South Carolina, with all this moisture currently being pulled out of the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean. It's like it's sucking up just like it did last week. And I do see models saying that New England is still currently getting hit and that this storm might very well end up in the same spot, the northeast of the United States into Canada. Let's take a look at that on Windy. All right, there goes Kenneth, folks. Say bye, Felicia. No more worry for us. We can see that the Northeast is in fact getting killed. It looks like the New York, Boston area is getting hit. You can see there is a rotation there. Let's put this in motion. We see Felipe followed by Invest 91L. Pretty much one storm, right? I do think that one will catch the other. Let's take a look at what AI thinks on Windy.com. See if anything forms off the coast here. We have so much moisture being sucked over Florida and from the Caribbean. We have another large subtropical low. Looks like it might even be spinning the right way to be a high here. Next one's definitely a subtropical low. Lots of problems all up and down the East Coast, probably caused by the moisture here pulled from the Gulf. Then we have a very powerful cold front coming, cool front coming through here, Central Plains area. That's going to be Friday and Saturday. And you can see the Northeast is still getting killed. The whole East Coast is getting killed all day Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday. Unbelievable. And really all we've seen is one storm dissipate completely and the other storm come up behind it and form. And that's going to put it, just like we talked about, northeast of the Lesser Antilles. I will say the Central Plains are going to get hit hard. Hopefully there's no tornadic activity this week. And we also see all of the East Coast getting hit all week long. From henceforth, I'm talking about Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. God bless each and every one of you guys. Be careful out there. Stay prepared. Please share with any of your friends or family in any of these areas. If you live in the Gulf Coast, you know to stay prepared. Please subscribe if you haven't. And ladies and gentlemen, always remember that anything's possible in Bizarro World.